Hey guys, welcome back to From the Road with Robert, back with another video, and this is an exciting one. And not that many others aren't, but when I get new products, it's always exciting. Now, this particular product, I didn't get for free. Not that that affects my review in any way, but I paid for this particular product. I was waiting for one to come through, but it didn't arrive yet. We've been kind of going through some issues with the shipping, but it is going into the summer, so I had another company reach out, and they sent me this one. I paid a steep discount for the unit, but again, honest reviews is all we do here. But this is a rooftop air conditioner. And wait, you might ask, I already had a rooftop air conditioner. Yes, I did. We pulled that out right before we left quartzsite. That thing kept freezing up, took a lot of power, couldn't run it off grid. It's your traditional kind of Dominic Coachman style, Coach whatever, I don't know what the other brand is, Coleman air conditioner, and that just sucked on power, and then it just froze up at every opportunity it got. So we pulled that out, put a roof vent in for now, thinking I was going to get another unit. I do have one, it just didn't arrive in the time that I expected to. So we're going to put this up where that unit was. And then when I do get the other one from the other company, we'll go ahead and put that unit probably in the back bedroom. So we have two separate units. What is special and different about this unit is a DC powered unit. My system is now running 24 volts. So this is a 24 volt air conditioner. The power usage on this thing should be a lot lower. The efficiency, the cooling capacity should be better. I think the old one was like 13,000 BTU, but it was never that efficient. This thing is a 10,000, but I really believe that this is going to do better at the 10,000 more efficiently than a 13,000 one would. So, yeah, I guess we'll get the box open and see what the heck is in here, because this thing looks huge on the outside. It was heavy to carry. The cool thing about this is it's not as heavy, not even close to it, as a regular rooftop AC unit. This thing weighs like 50 pounds. I think those rooftops weigh close to 100 pounds or sometimes even more. Anyway, that's enough of me jabbering on. Let me go ahead and we'll get the box open and we'll see what we got going on inside. All right, guys. Well, here it is unboxed. We got quite the spread here. We got the interior portions that the unit comes with. Most RV don't come with those. This one, being the 12 volt, 24 volt, does. We got a bunch of cables and control. And look at this unit. It is very low profile. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, it's going to be great for solar. It's a little wider, but that's okay as long as it's not as tall. It's a country mod unit, as I said before, and it comes with all the cabling and the controller and the remote and all the hardware and everything. So if you can't tell, I'm really excited to get this thing up on the roof and get into testing here. But yeah, go ahead and stay tuned with me, and we will get this thing installed on the roof, and I'll show you what it's like running up there. Well, guys, I don't get up on the roof very often, and this has been a painstaking process putting this up here, just getting it on the roof mainly. But it's up. We're going to go ahead and finish it off, but I wanted you guys to see it from the roof. This is what it looks like. It's pretty darn low profile compared to like a regular unit. There's my solar, so I'm hoping that it's going to help and not block the solar panels. These blocks that go under the back to help kind of push it up because it overhangs. And this is a little of what we use to get it on the roof. So, yeah, anyway, if you guys have not seen my roof in a while, this is what it looks like. I got 3 pedals at the front there, a bit dirty, need cleaning. And then if I turn around right here, I got 3 at the back too. And then my Starlink right there, and a whole load of cable mess. And it definitely needs cleaning up here. Next projects, that and this. That is over the bathroom, so that needs to be fixed. Anyway, I'll see you guys when we get to the inside portion, and I'll show you guys what we did. Alright, guys, well, we're almost there. This has turned into a bit of a project, to say the least. I don't know if it was my roof or what. We had to make adjustments to the weld points on this so that we could get it to fit in the hole. The hole measured 14 1/4. This thing did 2, but the welds on the side were a little thick, so I'll reach out to the manufacturer about that. I don't think that's been the case with everybody, maybe just myself. But we got this all cinched down with these big long through bolts and the nuts tightened as far as I think I can get them to go. And then I got this thing mounted, which is the air duct that is gonna pull out. So this will be the return, I think is what it's called, and then this will be the output, and they're perfectly sealed from each other. Anyway, I had to go ahead and figure the rest out, and I'll come back to you when I have this guys all back together. All right. Well, back on the roof again, got this thing running. I'll go show you the indoor portion in a minute, but it's pretty darn quiet. It's pretty darn quiet inside too, as you guys are gonna find out. I did have some challenges, and I'll explain those when I get back inside. Just cleaning up here, checking everything, and then, yeah, I'll see you inside. Alright guys, we are back inside, and we kind of time jumped. It's been a couple of months as I've been testing this, because I wanted to make sure that I could do a fair and impartial review for you guys. This is the unit all together with the cover on, with the controller. We'll take you through a couple of things real quick. You got the air outputs. These actually move. There's a button on the controller that will cause them to move up and down to distribute the air. There's one here. And then there's a one right on the back side right there. It's running right now. I also have a fan running in here, and I have some other things running. But this thing is super quiet if it was just by itself. We got the control panel in the middle right there. This is the air filter around it. There is a remote control that comes with this thing right here. It is a direct IR remote. I would have liked to have said a wireless remote. You have to be directly under it in order to control it. But hey, it's better to have than not to have. So what I really have to say about this, obviously it runs in 24 volt. I have noticed there's the 12 volt version too, but this one's 24 volt because my system's 24 volt. It does, you know, I've set it in eco mode, and there's several different modes that you can go. I'm not going to change it right now because it's hot outside, but there is a mode button, and you can switch through the modes and the fan settings. You can have an auto fan, full blast, eco mode, turbo mode, regular mode, which it's on right now. In eco mode, I am seeing anywhere from a minimum of about 325 watts all the way up to about 500 and 600, depending how hot it is and how hot this thing's about to work. Which brings me to my next thing. In regular power mode, I'm noticing it pulls about 700 to 800 watts, and the same goes about the same for the turbo mode. This thing is rated at 10,000 BTU. From my testing and from all the research I've done, it seems to run more closer to about 8,500 BTU. It pumps out cold air. I mean, it does what it's supposed to. I'm getting about 50 degrees, maybe a little. Well, let me get the thermometer right here, and we'll see what we're getting. All right, we're gonna say 40s and 50s, but it's a really hot day. It's in the 90s today. So we shall see. So as far as an indoor temperature, we are getting, let me see, 74, 73 right under the unit. Let me come over here. We're the 80s, 79. It's 90 pluses outside. Let me see what this says. This one says, if I can get the camera to focus, 79. This portable one, 77. It's in the 90s today. However, this is not the only air conditioner I am running. I have one in the bedroom. It's a little window unit. It's a 6,000 BTU. I also have a fan right here blowing the air in my direction. This unit does cool in a small area. In a big Class A such as mine, I think it needs a little help. I really think this thing is suited for somebody in a van or maybe a smaller Class C, but a Class A with a separate bedroom, I think we're kind of pushing it a little bit. I did make some modifications. This is actually another air box. I had the original one that came with it, and I tried to modify it to help the air distribute a little better, but it still couldn't quite keep up. I will say, so my takeaway from this is it pulls low wattage as long as it's not having to try to keep up all the time. If it can maintain, it will keep low power usage. But if it is always trying to keep up, Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't recommend it for a Class 8 unless you had two. I mean, two, having a second unit, like you could put this in the bedroom, you could put one in the living room right here, maybe where this vent cover is, and this thing would do perfect. And you'd still be saving power because with the two, you'll be able to maintain and you'll not always be trying to catch up. So, and I think then you would see the real low power usage for both units. So, I mean, I think two would be great. But I just have one. So, I've been testing it, but unfortunately, alone, for me, my scenario, my situation, the fact this thing is in the hallway too, it's not quite forward where I'd like it to be. Um, I've also noticed this blows out less air than the backside blows out more air. That's by design, I guess, from when I was talking to with the manufacturer. But it is a very cool unit. I would love to see this thing in a van or a small Class C. I think this thing is freaking awesome. Other than my size of a rig, it's just not going to keep up with the power demands. So with that being said, I could recommend it. As is in my question on this on the thumbnail, is it enough? Can it keep up? Yes, in a smaller rig. Asterisk. No, in a big massive Class A without a second unit. But it is very beautiful. It's quiet. It's got a remote. It runs off DC, so you don't have to run your inverter. That's a huge plus. So yeah, anyway, I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested in buying the unit. I got like a discount code I could throw you guys. I don't know the exact amount. I think it's about 30% off, maybe 20%. I don't know. Don't trust me on that. It might be less. I need to find out. Anyway, it'll be there if you want to check it out. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. From the Road with Robert, here with me, Dos Kitty, and I got something else too, but I'm not going to reveal that yet. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.